Hi. First off, no, I'm not part of the Duck Dynasty. I'm not Grizzly Adams. I'm not Hagrid. I'm not a mountain man or homeless, even though I am in my car waiting for my son. So I had some peace and quiet here. I'm not Santa Claus in training or trying to be like Jesus. I just am Jody, and I have a big burly beard and a lot of hair. And I'll explain that a little bit later. But I've been meaning to do this video for 6 or 7 months now, and I just keep putting it off. And my body and my beard just keep getting bigger and bulkier, and it's time that that stops. I guess this is my before weight loss video, my declaration that I'm going to try to lose weight and for the last time. Actually, it's kind of frustrating because here I am again. In my all-time high, I was 371 pounds. I'm 5'7" tall, so that's a lot of weight to pack around on that small of a frame. That was like 15 or so years ago, and I spent a lot of time in the 200s. I did an Ironman. I was a Weight Watchers success story, even a Weight Watchers centerfold. Yes, that's true. I'll show you the picture just for proof. But here I am again. All these years later, I'm 43 years old, and I'm 5'7" and weighed in a couple of weeks ago at 351. I'm going the wrong direction, and things need to change, and they need to change quick. Most of my life, I've been overweight. I've dealt with diets over and over again. Started dieting in the 8th grade, and I was pretty thin during high school. Started gaining the weight again my senior year, and ever since then, I've been over 200 pounds. A lot of the time, I've been over 300 pounds like I am now, and I've gained about 50 pounds in the last 9 or 10 months, and it's really made my life miserable. Um, Even just the smallest tasks like tying my shoes or sitting in seats is just a real challenge, and life is just too tough right now, and it's not meant to be this way, and I need to change, and I need to change significantly. So if nothing else, I'm not out of breath after tying my shoes, and I can walk up a flight of stairs without feeling like I just ran a marathon or something. It's just I'm out of control, and it's just got to stop. And so here I am. I mean, I've had a lot of success before. I've had a lot of failures before. But like the Japanese proverb says, fall 7 times, get up 8. At least that's what I think it says. I don't speak Japanese. Um, but I like that saying. I mean, just keep on trying. Things got a little rough here. I cover the Utah Jazz. I'm a sports writer, write for a newspaper in Salt Lake City called the Deseret News. And basically everywhere the Jazz go, I go. And life on the road is tough. I'm a father of 4, so it's difficult to be away from the family. And I'm under a lot of stress and working crazy hours and eating out of restaurants and fast food and at hotels. I just don't take the time to exercise. Things like this happen, and to me, I have a really bad metabolism, and bad habits, really bad habits. I just eat, 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 eat everything. And people ask what my favorite food is, and the answer is yes. I mean, really. I mean, I love good food. I love bad food. I love sweet food. I love savory food, fast food, everything. And I like it in large quantities. And I rarely get full. And if I'm full and then an hour later I'm eating again, either out of habit or boredom or feeding my emotions. And it's made my life miserable. My boss allowed me to take 4 weeks off using a lot of vacation that I've stored up over the years to try to get my physical and mental, even my spiritual and social and financial health back on a good path, because everything in my life has been falling apart the last couple of years, and I really have no one to blame but myself. And so, experiencing depression and feeling like I'm going through a midlife crisis and a crisis of faith, it's really been a struggle. I'm going to try to keep taking this time to get my head straight and my body in the right spot. I know it's going to be a long process, but I'm willing to try now. And that's something that I haven't had. I haven't had that spark for a long time. And that's why the beard got bigger. Let's talk about that beard. So I didn't set out to grow a beard. I keep myself either pretty clean shaven or I have a goatee. My wife likes a goatee. But my hair is always really short. And, it's nothing like this. And good grief, my beard. I mean, I deserve all the goofy comments and all those names that I said before. People have fun with it, and actually, I've kind of used the beard as a mask. I try to have fun with it. I've made these Vine videos, and I pretend that I'm Pavarotti trying out for the fourth tenor spot. Mama just killed a man. Pulled the trigger, now he's dead. I've tried to have a lot of fun with the beard, but it's really been a mask. I don't know. It's not like I'm fooling anybody. It's not like, because I have a beard, people don't notice that I've gained a lot of weight. Probably the opposite. It probably makes me look even worse. And I like beards, but this isn't my look. And, it just makes me look kind of rough and ragged. I realize that. Um, and I think it kind of reflects the inner turmoil that I've been feeling for quite some time. Just where a lot of different aspects of my life have been unraveling, and I just haven't tackled them. And I've done a really good job at work, and that's about the only place. I mean, my family's been struggling. Like I said, the finances are struggling. My social life is um, mentally, yeah. I just feel like everything in my life is hard right now, and it's just not fun. And life can't always be fun, but it can be more enjoyable than I'm making it right now. And so I'm trying to get myself back in a better spot. I hit bottom a couple of weeks ago. I was on a plane to Denver, and the armrest was a solid armrest, and so I had to squeeze my big buttocks into a small spot in that seat. But I was just miserable for 2.5 hours. We were stuck on the tarmac for an extra hour, and so a simple flight from Salt Lake to Denver just turned out to be a really uncomfortable, slightly painful, incredibly embarrassing, because I hate being the fat guy next to somebody else, spilling over into their seat. And I know you hate sitting next to people like me too. I just don't want to be that person anymore. Finally, I sent a cranky email to my boss. It's been 2 weeks ago. He didn't respond to that email, but a couple hours later, he said, "You know what, Jody? You're scheduled to take a week off. Why don't you turn it into 3 weeks?" At first, I took it kind of personal. He said, "Yeah, I want you to get in a better spot, and you're struggling right now. Why don't you use some of that vacation time?" We ended up deciding that I'd take a month off. So here I am, sitting in a parking lot, talking to my cell phone, trying to do a video for YouTube to get that spark going. But I felt like it was a good intervention, because it's forcing me to really evaluate myself and where I'm at, and decide that, this isn't good enough for me. I've got to change. I heard a saying that everybody talks about changing, but nobody wants to change. And so now I have to do the difficult part, and that's work and really change who I am on the inside that keeps on making me gain weight. Because, like a lot of people, I've been on that roller coaster my entire life. I mean, going from 371 down to 198 in 2009. I got under 200 pounds for a couple weeks, and then I'm up back over 300 a couple years later, back down to 230 when I did my Ironman triathlon in 2011, and then I get back up over 300 a couple years ago, bounce back down to 250-ish, and now here I am around 350. And let me just tell you, life is kind of miserable. Everything I do is just rough and tough and hard, and it doesn't need to be that way. And instead of being the sluggish husband and dad who sits around and just spends all of his time on social media, I really want to be the kind of guy who's out there playing with the kids, and going out and playing tennis with the guys, or going on dates and having fun with my wife, and just being active. I mean, I live in a beautiful area with a lot of mountains. I would love to lose weight and learn how to ski. I would love to hike in these Utah mountains more, and go to some national parks, and really uh, live life the way it's meant to be lived, and just enjoy it and soak it up. But right now, I'm not doing that, and so things have got to change. And that's why I'm here on YouTube, vowing to change. So from here, I'm just going to eat healthier. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to speak with a therapist. I'm on depression medication. I'm going to keep on doing that. Just try to really fix what's wrong on the inside, so I can, be a happy person on the inside and the outside. And so I can shave this beard. My wife hates this beard. I don't know why. It's kind of a cool looking beard. Look at that. So that's who I am. I hope to do more of these videos if you like them, and hope to do more videos just that are kind of wacky and fun and entertaining. I would love to get that zest back in my life and have the spark in my eye and be a motivated, fun, energetic person who people like to be around. And right now I think I'm kind of like Eeyore when I get in the room, just kind of always complaining about how life isn't as good as it should be. So anyway, that's this first video. Leave some comments down below. You know where to go. I'll be writing on my blog at jodygenessy.com. I'll leave a link for that. You know, it's going to be quite the journey, but I vowed that I'm going to stick to this challenge and I'm going to see it through. My goal is to go from 350 pounds and be half the man that I am right now and get down to, you know, in the 175 range. I would just love that. I envision myself as a fit person crossing a finish line, being so happy. I envision myself in a tuxedo with my wife in a formal gown, dancing the night away. I envision myself running in slow motion and David Hasselhoff trying to catch up. Sorry, David, you're going to have to go faster. Let's make this happen. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll see if the beard's there or not. I don't know. All right, thanks.